Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Photoshop Quick Tips podcast. My name is Justin Seeley. I'll be your host. And in this week's episode, we're going to be taking a look at how to change the color of certain objects inside of a photograph to suit your needs. For instance, if I wanted to change the color of this shirt on this girl in this particular photograph, that's what we're going to work on today. How to create a new color for certain objects in a photo. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make a selection of this t-shirt here, if that's what we're wanting to change. But if we only want to change the color of the shirt, we don't want to change the color of the logo that's on the shirt or anything like that, we just need to select that green t-shirt. And how do we go about doing that? Well, we could come in there with a magic wand, we could use quick selection, we could do a lot of things, but one of the coolest features here inside of Photoshop is the ability to select ranges of color really quickly and really easily. So we're going to come up here to the select menu. We'll choose color range, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take this eyedropper and we'll click right there on the shirt, and you'll notice that here in this little preview window we get a pretty decent overview of what we're looking at. It's not very big, but it shows you exactly what we've got selected there. And then you can come up here and you can take this fuzziness slider and you can adjust that. If you go to the left, it's going to select less of the area that you clicked on. If you go to the right, it's going to select a little bit more. I'm actually going to adjust this to about 115, somewhere in that range, because I want to get all of that side of the shirt as well. But notice over here I'm picking up a little bit of her shirt that she's got on over that, so I might want to back that down a little bit. Maybe back it down to about 100. That way I'm still getting the side of the shirt, but I'm not getting that sleeve over there. This is actually a pretty easy image to select with. You will run into some problems if you're selecting more complex areas. You'll just have to work on selecting certain areas with the eyedropper and working with the fuzziness here. And then you can also come in here and you can take a look at the different previews you have. You can look at the preview of what you're selecting in grayscale, which is a great way to see exactly what you have selected there. You can see a black matte of it, which is just going to show you what you have selected on top of a black background. There you can see I have all of that green of the shirt selected there. And you can see a white matte of that, so you can see exactly what you got there on white. And then you can also see it in quick mask mode to show you exactly with that ruby lith area exactly what you have selected. I'm going to go ahead and look at it with the grayscale image here just to give you an idea of exactly what we've got selected there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to click OK. So I've got a pretty decent selection made of that shirt, and now what I want to do is I want to change the color. And the quickest and easiest way to do that, and to make sure I do it non-destructively, would be to come over here and click on the adjustment layer icon and select hue and saturation. I know that was a little bit off your screen, but here's the hue and saturation dialog box. And what you can do now, because with your selection, you've automatically created a layer mask, as you can see there, so it's only affecting the area of that shirt. And now you can just take your hue slider and drag it to the left or to the right until you find a color that you like. For instance, if I wanted to change this kind of an orange color, we could put it right there at maybe negative 111. Increase the saturation a little bit, increase the lightness, and we can just kind of dial this in until I get the desired orange effect that I'm going for here. There we go. It's kind of a faded out orange t-shirt, and we'll click OK. And now we'll show you a quick before and after. Here's before with the green t-shirt and after with the orange t-shirt. So you can see how quickly and easy it can be done to select certain objects. Now, like I said, it's going to be a little bit more complex for certain objects than others, but for just changing a quick t-shirt or changing big blocks of color, this is a really quick and easy way to do that. And the best part is we've done that non-destructively, so if at any time we wanted to go back, we could just take that off like that, and we're right back to our green t-shirt. So that's it for this episode of the Photoshop Quick Tips podcast. If you have any questions or comments, as always, you can post them on the blog site at www.photoshopquicktips.com, or you can drop me a line via my personal blog page at justinseeley.com. Thanks everybody for watching this episode of the Photoshop Quick Tips podcast. I'll see you next week.